The TraderCobb crypto podcast slash show that is live today. It's good bringing this to you guys again as a live run through. I want to go through and just sort of have a look at the market right now as the charts have just closed for the day. I want to walk you through this. For those of you who have tuned in for the first time, if you're on the podcast or if you're watching this live or later on, please make sure you go ahead and hit subscribe on the YouTube little button there, the red one. I think it's red. Hit that one. And then you'll be notified, as well as on Facebook as well. There's a little notifications thing where you can be notified when I go live. Sometimes I do this live podcast in the morning. Other times I'll do it in the evening when I'll walk through and have a look at some of the markets with you guys. And it's just a good way to stay connected, you know, keep an eye on what is going on out there. So look, let me just jump straight into the thick of it right now, because look, we saw a bit of a, I guess, how do you say? Basically, a bit of a resurgence, okay, in the market. Now, it's interesting to see. You know, yesterday we saw, the pullback. Sorry, not yesterday. Before this pullback here, and as is usually the case, many of the bears, the perma bears, come out. Oh, we're going back down to 4,700. Mark my words. All this, and look, they might be right. We might still pull back to that. No biggie. But right now, what we saw again was that the sellers were met by buyers, opportunistic people that jumped in and bought back that market as soon as it started to get lower. Now, what this has done is it's opened up a bit of a can of worms for those that were bearish. They're sitting there going, oh, shit. Whereas people like me that are trend followers are going, yeah, cool. It's good. We like this. So just to sort of go through that a little bit more, and g'day in the USA. G'day to everybody out there across the wonderful place that we call planet Earth. Okay, so yeah, let me jump down to the 4 hour on Bitcoin right now, because I think it's pretty good. Thanks, Nicholas. You're a legend, mate. Appreciate that. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. Okay, so look, yesterday when I went through, I did a live trading floor scan, okay, with my members every single day, 5 days a week. I go through and I do a scan of the market at 9 o'clock Australian time in the morning. So that's an hour ago, all right? Now, yesterday I talked to this candle here, and I think I might have actually done a video on that out publicly as well. I can't remember exactly, but that's beside the point, really. I said, look, you know, at the stage we had this, I said, look, you know, the only way that I'll be kind of thinking that we'll get more trading opportunities for the foreseeable future this week is if we can break up through this high. Why? Because that would have set a higher low, and I'm talking to the podcast and the viewers here as well, so doubling up here. That higher low basically bottomed out at a low of 49.77. So we did break down through 5,000. We did bounce back up through that pretty quickly. We found 5,000 as a level of support again, and if I just draw in a level through here, and I'm going to tell you what that level is, podcast listeners, about 49.61. It's basically just spiking down through 5,000. It appears that Bitcoin has found a bit of support around that 5,000 level and seems to be a little bit supported there. Hola, Alberto Aravalo. Cool name. So yeah, basically we found some support. We pushed on a new high, higher low, higher high, average trend. We've got a very average 4 hour trend right now in the market on Bitcoin, but we've got one. The reason I like that is because effectively, you know, again, you know, we saw the selling off come in one candle. Down we went. That candle was on the 16th of April, and then since then we've been grinding higher once again. If I look at the lower time frames and talk you through that, what we've actually got there for podcast listeners is we've got a couple of resistance points at 52.56 on the Bitfinex chart. A breakout through there would be pretty positive, but we're not there just yet. So overall, for me right now, as I look at Bitcoin, we have a high of yesterday's candle sitting at 5,029. Call it 50.30, 50.30. We break the high of that candle. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Bitcoin have a pretty strong day. Yesterday was up 4%, so 3.8% on the close. It wouldn't be at all a surprise for me to see another day around that 4% mark, and possibly even ticking through to new higher highs within this trend, which would be absolutely U-Butte Rip Snorter. Absolutely what we want there. So let's go through the rest of the market and have a look at how that stands, because yesterday I was actually stopped out on Ethereum. I saw a beautiful little cradle trade back here that I was happy to take. You'll see this. Well, hang on, it didn't break through. I mean, that was the 14th of April I saw that cradle trade, which was the Monday. On the Tuesday I was very quickly stopped out of that. And for those that are able to view this, you'll look at this and go, well, hang on. On the 15th it didn't actually trigger, Craig. It didn't break through the high, which is, I know, your cradle trade. And that's true. But I traded this on BitMEX to get a little bit more leverage, you see. And it did trade through the highs on BitMEX. So I did get stopped out. And that just goes to show, guys, This is really about, for me, I'm not phased, worried, concerned at all about taking losses, and I'm honest about it. I'm not here to be right all the time. I'm here to make money, and that's the difference, really, I think, between somebody who, look at this, we're starting to move now. Somebody who is a real trader and somebody who's just basically having a go and has an ego. I don't have an ego. I'm just interested in doing well and helping you guys to do the same. We've just broken up through the high of this on Bitcoin now. You little ripper. Let's see how this day goes. Ethereum right now, not a great deal going on there. We did close the session up yesterday, up 4.43%. So again, a very positive move. It doesn't look quite so good on the daily there for me. CJ, get on board. Don't wait, mate. The sooner you do it, the better you're going to be. All right. EOS, we're still stuck in between $5 and $6. I'm not too keen on that right now. Still very range bound as it stands right now. Stellar Lumen, also a pretty average looking chart there, really. If I look at the 2-day and walk you through that verbally and visually for those of you who are watching, you'll note that there was a bullish candle in the cradle zone there. We don't have that now. So it's one that I'm happy to just basically sit back and leave alone. If I go to Ripple right now and show you that, it's very sticky, stuck right smack bang in the middle between the 35 resistance and the 29 support. I'm not interested in Ripple at all. Litecoin, another one where we saw it pull back into that cradle zone. Look, it's in there absolutely beautifully. I looked at this morning. I watched this because right now, yesterday up 3.89%, and I considered the potential for a cradle trade long. But I've got a very simple saying, and that saying is, if it's not clear, it's not there. And it wasn't clear enough for me to actually decide. It wasn't clear enough for me to take a trade, so I've left it. There will be opportunities if it does continue to push on to new highs. Bitcoin Cash for me, it's had a good day. Sorry, it's had a pretty good week this week. It needs to break to new highs for me really to be certain that this has got probability of moving higher. The lower time frame's not telling me a lot. The higher time frames, as I say, I need to see some higher highs. Binance. Now, this is an interesting looking chart right now. We've got this bullish candle right there in the cradle zone. If it does break to the upside, it's going to be divergent. That doesn't mean it's not going to move higher. Divergence doesn't mean we're not going to move higher. It doesn't mean it's going to fall. What I am looking at here, though, is a potential breakthrough. If it does that, then it'll be the lower time frames that I'll focus my attention on. There's no breakouts just yet, but Binance certainly one to keep an eye on throughout the session today. Tron, looking pretty average there. Again, if I jump to the 2-day and talk you through the 2-day, I don't have any trading opportunities right there on Tron. I can see this as a nice trend and the level that it needs to break. If it gets above the high of 20.0277, then I think that we will see that continue on. And finally, Cardano there, another one holding in that range and really looking at the level of resistance coming in around 8.5 cents if we get another test in that level right there. But as I talk to you right now, Bitcoin is starting to move. We have broken yesterday's highs, already up 0.87% for the day, and we are only 11 minutes into this trading day. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed the podcast as a live version. And for those of you who are on the podcast and not on my YouTube and Facebook, then go and get on, because you'll get notified if I do go live, and we can listen, look and learn together. And for anybody else who doesn't know, get across to TraderCobb.com. Below the little video of me is a subscription page. I'm going to get a video out to that subscription list today. It's completely free. You may as well get on, because it's exclusive content for that group only, and it's coming out later on today. So go in there, put your details in, let's get you started, and have a cracking day. I'll hit the subscribe button and have, let's just see what happens. Hopefully we get this strong day that we've broken through these highs and we push on through now. You guys take care. I'll speak to you all again very soon. Share it with your mates. Bye for now.